all the puppies at this adoption fair are going to be adopted. We are going to have games, prizes, but I tell you in advance that not everything will be rosy. Join us in this bittersweet video in which we try to make our best, but in which we also make some mistakes. In this channel, we try to help the animals, but it is hard work that requires a lot of effort, money, dedication, but above all, time. We spent a lot of time going to pick up the dogs, bringing them home, taking care of them, filming them being adorable, taking pictures of them, editing, posting them on social media, interviewing those interested, and finally, taking the animals to their forever homes. It takes a huge number of hours to adopt just one doggy. So today we're going to try something different because the shelter with which we collaborate told us that it was urgent to get 8 puppies out of there because they are going to receive a new litter. So we could get down to work to organize our first adoption fair. We haven't done one before and I'm not sure how we are going to do it. But what I do know is that we are going to find fantastic adopters for those puppies. After sending several emails, we got permission to hold our adoption fair in a fantastic space inside the most important park in the country, so the first point was achieved. Once we got the space, we thought it would be cool to get a sponsor to help us with some food to reward those good people who decide to change the life of an animal. So after knocking on a few doors, okay, we have an answer and it seems that the email looks very good. Hello, good morning, of course we love the idea and of course we can do it. So boom, we have prizes for our first adoption fair. Let's go, Captain! Yes! Buster, stop being so bitter. We just got donated dog food. I'm out. With the space assigned and a sponsor on the boat, the next step was to bring the puppies home. Well, we are on our way to the shelter to pick up 3 puppies and a kitty. Today is Tuesday, so we are going to keep them at home for 5 days, until the first day. And let's see how it goes. I hope they all find beautiful families. The shelter we collaborate with was supposed to have 8 puppies, but when we went to get them, they only had 3 left. So we also brought a kitten and we offered our help to other shelters to see if we could help more puppies. However, this didn't go well. I will tell you why later. One point that worries us a lot is where we are going to keep the puppies, a dog fence, which with total security is our weak point, or well, our weakest point. This right here is all that we have of dog fence. It barely measures 5 meters and in fact, it is what we currently use as a perimeter part of our garden, because it is a garden which is not 100% closed. So we dismounted it, hoping that they continue to respect the now imaginary line which they cannot cross. Okay guys, attention please, from now on you can't pass beyond here, okay? Oh, Buster. Don't worry, Daddy, I will behave well. And now, we are ready for the adoption fair. Let's go!
Hola, Capi!
Well, we are on our way to the fair. I don't know if you can hear me, because the puppies are crying so bad. We are taking the 3 puppies, a kitty, and we are going to get another 3 puppies from another shelter, so let's go there. In the end, we contact another shelter that gave us another 3 puppies, which we picked up that same morning, and we set up our camp with 6 precious puppies and an adorable kitten. And before we even finish setting everything up, the first curious ones arrived. Which one are you going to adopt? And very soon, the first little one was adopted. In this case, it was a girl who had already contacted us a few days ago when we published the adoption fair on social media. She had also completed the form, so she arrived straight to take her new sweetheart. Well, we are with our first adopters of the day. They are going to adopt this little guy and we are going to do a challenge, because if they get it, they are going to take one of these food bags, which our friends from Balance have sponsored us. So let's see, I will explain the challenge. Here we have an improvised circle in which we are going to do the following. Putting the puppy inside the circle and making him stay in there without going out for, I will say, 2 minutes. You can touch him, the only thing you can use is one of these prizes to manipulate him. And time begins now. In the end, we prefer to exchange the prizes for food pellets to avoid hurting the baby's stomach. And in addition to serving to keep him in the circle, it also served to get Captain into the circle. Captain, who in the previous video I said that he would not come to the fair because he was already adopted, but at the last minute we decided to bring him to see if we could get some funding for his trip to Texas. Spoiler, we did not get anything. It must be said that there was a bit of cheating, but in the end they made it. Well done, challenge passed. We want to super thanks to Balance for joining and helping us with this adoption fair and giving us premium food bags for these fortunate puppies who keep being adopted super quickly. As soon the first gone, the second one was already in his adopter arms, an animal lover who even had it tattooed in her skin. This little guy is going to have a brother with whom he will be very happy. The morning was passing and the puppies were coming out at a very good pace. However, the kitten was not receiving any attention because it was in a separate cage, so we decided to give him a little more visibility, putting him with the puppies, but it didn't work at all. Like a good cat he is, there was no fence that could resist him, and after delighting us with his climbing skills, it was time to put him back in his carrier. How do you do soccer, Manfred? Terrible. Terrible, excellent, just like me. Manfred is going to take another of the puppies, so we're going to test him also to see if he takes a foot back. We're going to try to put the ball through that little door. Let's do this. How you see it from here? What do you think? Well, let's try. Okay, we're going to give you 3 tries. Come on, whenever you want. Okay, second attempt. Let's go with the third attempt. Our new adopter also won a bag of food for his puppy, although this dashing gentleman, as he was riding his bike, obviously he didn't leave home this morning thinking of adopting a puppy. We agreed with him that we will take him, the little boy, to his house when we finish the fair. So we got to this point with only 2 puppies left in our mini fence, but finally a man who had arrived almost from the very beginning made up his mind and told us that he would adopt this little princess, that he didn't take her before because he was only in the city for work and he was staying in a hotel, and asked us please to reserve her for him, that he would take her with him on Wednesday, which is when he returned home. So we decided to do him the favor, leaving then also this little girl adopted, and make him remain just this beautiful black girl who just a few minutes later also had the enormous luck of being adopted. Well, Alan just adopted the last dog we had today, so we are going to do another challenge to see if he wins the food. I'm ready, man. You have to earn it. Let's do this. Only one. Let's start again. For this occasion, my deterrence tactics had improved a lot and I was able to get the little girl out of the circle. But the truth is that deep down we wanted to give away those bags of food, so we act as if nothing had happened and we continue playing. Hey, hey! We have been sabotaging them a lot, so we are going to give them the bag of food anyway. Thank you for the food and for this initiative, which we appreciate and which these little angels appreciate even more. Thank you so much to people like you for adopting. Really, thank you for being part of the change. And that's how it was. In just 3 hours, we ran out of puppies. Total success. We got adopters for everyone and then we headed to the cyclist house to deliver the little one. And we returned home with the kitten and Canela, hoping to find a home for the kitten sooner than later, since Canela, her adopter, would pick her up on Wednesday. Or that's what we thought. He told us that he would contact us later, he never did, so we are going to call him to see if he is going to take her or not. Because if not, we are going to get very angry, because after he left, more people came interested in Canela. Oh, voicemail. I'm going to call again, just in case. Indeed, the man never showed up, but at the same time it was the best thing that could happen. Because Canela, like some of the other puppies, they were not at condition to be adopted. And this is what I was meaning at the beginning of the video when I said that things did not go quite well. During the days that we had the 3 puppies at home, we noticed that one of them was not feeling so well. So we took him to the vet, and after a checkup, rule out distemper and also rule out parasites, we did a blood count that revealed a significant level of anemia, which we treated as we have done before with other puppies. Chicken broth, serum, vitamin supplement. We were monitoring them and seeing that when Sunday arrived, the 3 had a good attitude. We took them to the fair knowing that the babies were not 100%. We must confess that it had a lot to do with it, the pressure of having everything organized so that the fair was held that day, the permission from the people of the park, the support of the sponsor, all the promotion we did for the event, but also when we went to the cyclist's house to take his puppy, we realized, because Rebecca was carrying him in her arms, that the puppy was infested with fleas and ticks, just like we also saw later in Canela, and by discarding, the last dog that was adopted also had to be infested. This is definitely not how it has to give up any puppy for adoption. But for the shelters, for giving us dogs that are not ready to go up for adoption, but bad for us too, for not cancelling everything and stopping the root problem. In fact, we knew that one of the puppies had to go to the vet after being adopted, and as I said before, luckily Canela's adopter never showed up, because the poor thing isn't feeling well either. She doesn't want to eat and hardly even drink, so we are giving her serum and chicken broth to try to lift her up. Now we have no choice but to apologize for this. Definitely, lesson learned. You simply cannot skimp on all that effort, money, dedication, and above all time that I said at the beginning of the video that must be dedicated to each animal. We have to doing things right, and fast track is never the solution. Now it's time to take care of Canela, who will be with us until she is completely recovered, vaccinated, and spayed, just as we have done on previous occasions. And in conclusion, how should an animal be given up for adoption? So please, I ask you to consider supporting us on Patreon or PayPal. You will find the links down below in the description of the video, and really, any donation is super valuable. Moral, you cannot run with these things. We will continue dedicating the time, effort, money, and dedication that this implies, because each and every one of these babies deserve it. Thank you very much for spending a few minutes of your time with us. Like the video and subscribe to the channel if you like what we do, and see you very soon.